Hey guys, welcome down the new scroll hole. Today we're going to get into MLM's multi-level magic and the death and strangulation of Alexis Sharkey, and compare it and contrast to Gabby Petito. Alexis Sharkey was working for an MLM, and she was married to a guy who worked for the petroleum industry. Her body was found naked, lying on the side of the road by a garbage man. He thought her body was a mannequin because her feet and legs were sticking up out of the sand, guys. Gabby Petito, Shan'ann Watts, Alexis Sharkey, all three strangled. All three work for MLMs. All three unsolved. We'll never know the truth. And all three go back to our favorite state, El Dorado, aka Colorado. Today we're focusing on Gabby Petito with Alexis Sharkey, and we're going to get into the symbology, the River Styx and the skull and bones, and how it all connects together. So let's break it down. So as I'm going through Gabby Petito's Instagram, certain photos just popped at me, especially the hammock photos. And I said, I've seen them before. And I recalled Alexis Sharkey's Instagram, you guys. If you haven't checked out our Alexis Sharkey videos and Tom Sharkey videos, you need to check them out, as her murder was never solved. And Alexis's husband, who by the way was strangled, works for the petroleum industry, like Chris Watts and Nichol Kessinger. Side eye. But it all led me back to ancient factology. They call it mythology. I call it factology. So let's get into what I discovered, and you leave your thoughts as we go. To support these works, like, subscribe, turn your notifications on so you know when we post, and leave a comment. Let's break down the River Styx and Skull and Bones, which made me think of that old school nursery rhyme, Sticks and Stones, because it's the River Styx and Skull and Bones. So sticks and stones may break their bones, and words will always hurt them. Boom shakalaka, let's break it down. The Amazon River is the longest river on Earth. It's over 4,300 miles long. It was the birthplace of many ancient cultures. In the land of the dead, the river of hate, or River Styx, dominates the underworld. Its murky depths may turn you into an unbeatable lowercase g god, but a more likely fate will be death. The River Styx is a principal river in the Greek underworld, also called Hades. The river forms a border between the underworld and the world of the living. The word means hate in Greek and is named after the lowercase g goddess Styx. She was the daughter of Oceanus and Tethys. The River Styx is not the only river in Hades. The other major rivers include the Acheron, River of Pain, the Lethe, River of Forgetfulness, the Phlegathon, River of Fire, and the Cactus, or Casitus, River of Wailing. Charon, the ferryman, ferries the souls of the dead across the river into the underworld, but he requires payment for his duties. He would locate his coin traditionally in the mouth of the dead. Without payment, the dead would not get into the underworld and would be left to drift on the shore for 100 years. Herodotus a Greek historian from the 5th century BC, believed the origin of the Styx to be close to Phanios, a village in ancient Greece. The village is situated at the foothills of Mount Cyllene, where Hermes was allegedly born. According to Dante, the river could be found in the 5th circle of hell, where vengeful sinners were drowned in its murky waters. The gods, lowercase g, used the river Styx to swear oaths upon. Zeus swore an oath to Semele. Since he had to adhere to it, the unfortunate outcome was her death. Similarly, Helios was responsible for the death of his own son when he swore upon the river. If a lowercase g god did not stick to his oath, he would be forced to drink from the foul river and thus lose his voice for 9 years. The myth originated during the Titan War, when the lowercase g goddess Styx allied with Zeus. Once the war was over, Zeus declared that every oath sworn would be sworn to her. The river Styx was believed to have magical properties and could make a person invulnerable. Achilles was allegedly dipped into the river by his mother, making him invulnerable. But his ankle remained a weak point as he was suspended by it when dipped into the river. Achilles became a great warrior, but he eventually died when an arrow struck him in his Achilles tendon, the weakest point of the foot, and it's called the Achilles heel. Ancient historians believe the death of Alexander the Great, the king of Macedonia, may have been the result of the poisoned water of the Styx. Modern scientific sources reveal the water may have contained a deadly bacterium. In Italy, a river which runs partly underground called the Alpheus River is viewed as a possible portal to the underworld where mortals can enter. Couples who consider the river to be the river Styx throw rings into its waters to appease the lowercase gods of marriage. Another possible variant of the Styx, according to Hesiod's Theogony, is the Mavroneri, a stream in Arcadia, Greece. The name of the stream means black water. The ancient Greeks believed that the water in the river was poisonous. They believed that if someone tried to carry its water in anything other than a container made of a horse's hoof, the container would dissolve. In the land of the living, there may not be a river of hate, fire, or pain flowing through our backyard, but the various religions and cultures of the world, like that of the ancient Greeks and Greco-Romans, have long engaged in a plethora of curious burial rites for the dead. These include practices such as burying the corpse with money, jewels, food, or the Book of the Dead.
The Book of the Dead. The Book of the Dead. The Book of the Dead.
Nikki Kessinger. Not burying someone in the clothes of a living person, lest the living person rot as the corpse does, pulling out the nails of the dead, and even tying a camel to the grave of a recently deceased person. Styx was the name of an Oceanid nymph, one of the 3,000 daughters of the Titan Oceanus, and his sister wife, Tethys, and the goddess of the river Styx. Others make her one of the progenies of the primordial gods, Nyx, aka night, and Erebus, aka darkness. Styx's husband was Pallas, and she gave birth to Zelus, Nike, Kratos, and Baia, and sometimes Eos, Skaya, the Fontes or fountains, and Lucus, lakes, as their children. Styx also mothered Echidna by Pyrrhus, and even Persephone by Zeus in one account. In Greek mythos, Okeana or Oceanids Okeanis are the nymphs who were the 3,000, a number interpreted as meaning innumerable daughters of the Titan Okeanis and Tethys. A nymph or nymphe or nymphi in ancient Greek folklore is a minor female, different from Greek goddesses. Nymphs are generally regarded as personifications of nature, are typically tied to a specific place or land form. Gardens of the Gods, anyone? San Luis Valley, anyone? That's made of crystal. The whole ground is crystal bedrock. Different from Greek goddesses, nymphs are generally regarded as personifications of nature. So they are the elementals. Are typically tied to a specific place or landform and are usually depicted as beautiful maidens. They were not necessarily immortal, but lived much longer than humans. Side-eye. Leave your thoughts on all of this. There's a lot of spooky dooky spiritual elementals going on around here. The song that keeps running through my head is Styx and Nymphs and Skulls and Bones. Styx and Nymphs and Skulls and Bones. Styx and Nymphs and Skulls and Bones. What?
Styx and nymphs and skulls and
Styx and Nymphs and Skulls
Styx
and
and
Bones.
nymphs
Thanks for walking with me, guys.
and
Styx and Nymphs and Skulls and
Styx
Bones.
and nymphs and skulls and